So in this video, I want to discuss investment opportunities for beginners. So it's a beginner-friendly video, and what I would do if I was in my 20s, if I was still young, starting out, like what investment opportunities they are in South Africa, right? So that's what the purpose of this video is. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Nasi, by the way, and let's jump into it. So the first one is ETFs. So these are exchange traded funds. So these are investment funds that are traded on stock exchanges like individual stocks, right? And they are excellent for beginners because they provide diversification, lower cost, and ease of use. Not a lot of admin, I think. And these are typically market index, so it's things like the JSE, the FTCS, the top 40 index, and they provide exposure to a broad range of stocks, right? And they're often simple and cost-effective way to invest in a diverse portfolio without having to select individual stocks. So the average rate for the JSE when I was doing my research for this video is 12.5%. So it's not a bad rate. It's actually a very good rate, I feel like. And so if I was like young and I had like disposable income, or if I didn't, like maybe if I had like 200 rand or whatever the case is, like a little bit of disposable income, I would then consider investing, because I do know some people have these apps where you log on to the app, you use it yourself, and then you like you put money in. And I've known some people as well who've actually gone on holidays from these type of investments. These are legitimate websites, and they are websites that are governed by boards and things like that. So it's sort of safe to put your money there, and you can make good money if you're lucky. Here you'd need to you'd have to then decide like how much risk do you like to take as a person, and also what's your risk appetite. And so it's also just good to know, are you risk averse, or do you like taking risks, or don't you like taking risks? And depending on that, you then decide, okay, do I want to take a risk or don't you? But this is definitely a good way. If I was in my 20s, this is definitely one of the things that I would do. The second one is a tax-free savings account, right? So this one here is an investment account that allows you to invest in a wide range of investment options, such as stock, bonds, cash, without paying tax on the returns. These are very friendly for beginners because it's a tax-free way to grow your investment portfolio. If you want to invest for the long term, maybe you want to buy a house, maybe for your retirement one day. And there are also annual limitations that SARS gives. So also familiarizing yourself with those limitations. SARS definitely does encourage these. So it's also wise to then just know what these limitations are annually. The third one is fixed deposits. So these are deposits, a type of investments offered by banks or other financial institutions that provide a rate of return over a set period of time. These are usually regarded as safer because they provide a guaranteed return, and making it suitable for beginners and who are risk averse. Okay, so they are typically have a fixed term, such as 6, 3 months or 12 months, and the interest varies depending on the term and also the institution that you have invested with. It is important to shop around and to find out if you want to do this type of investment, what are the returns, what are the terms and conditions for each of these, and to make the right decision that suits you. Then the fourth one is real estate. So this is lucrative and it's also wise. I think it's a good idea as an investor in South Africa, a young investor, to get in young so that you give yourself enough time to enjoy the benefits of your labor. So here, real investment is a lucrative investment option for beginners in South Africa, and property prices in certain areas go up, and there's also like growth trend in SA, right? Steady forms of rental income. So you can invest in a house, or you can buy like a house or like a flat, and earn money on those returns. So you earn money on the rental, rather. So you earn money on the rental from renting that property out. But although there's a lot of research that has to go into this, it's also a long-term investment. So it's a little bit riskier. You have to do your research, speak to property management companies to find out what's the best thing for you, because you don't want to buy a property and then get stuck in something that will be a financial burden to you. You want this to be a lucrative thing in the future. Obviously, we don't know what the future holds, but doing as much research as possible in the beginning does help alleviate some of the stress. So the next one is retirement annuities. So these are long-term investments designed to provide a source of income during your retirement. So they offer tax advantages, as contributions to the retirement annuity are tax deductible. So you are able to deduct from your tax return and not pay tax on that, and the returns are tax-free until retirement. These are typically diversified portfolio of assets such as stocks, bonds, cash, and provide a disciplined approach to saving towards your retirement. It's important to also choose like a proper firm, like a reputable company to invest in, and to make sure that you are investing where you are comfortable, where you are happy, and doing something that will work for you in the long term, something that you are likely to say, okay, I've done all of my research, and whatever happens, I've done everything that I can for me to do this. But it's definitely wise to get in early, to get in as much as you can for the money that you're earning now, and to maximize your returns, your chances for earning compound interest or compound returns in the future. The next one is government bonds. So these are seen as relatively safer because they are backed by the government. So these bonds are issued by the South African government based on various projects that the country has. Okay, and these offer interest payments over a set period of time, and it's a good option for beginners who are looking for lower risk. It's important to understand the risks, the terms, just to do as much research as possible for this as well. In fact, for all of them, to make sure you're doing the right thing for you. There's also the unit trust. So these are investments that are a pool of money from multiple investors, and they invest in diversified portfolio of assets such as stock, bonds, and property, and they are managed by a professional fund manager. Okay, and they offer a convenient way for beginners to invest to gain exposure to different asset classes. Unit trusts offer various risk profiles, from people who are conservatives to people who are more aggressive, and allow investors to choose the investment strategy and to align with the risk tolerance that you have. So the fund manager will engage with them, and then based on what you liked, are you like more of an aggressive person when it comes to risk, or are you more conservative, they will tailor a plan that then suits you. So those are the investment opportunities that I think are available for beginners, for people in their 20s, things I wish I had done when I was in my 20s. And I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.